played as many guys as you did in the first week, how do you go back and evaluate them and figure out, okay, now who can play more the next week or who should play as much the next week?
It's tape. I mean, watch the tape. Some guys, you look at and you say, okay, this kid responded well, knew what he was doing, he was prepared. Other guys didn't play quite as fast as we wanted them to. Why? Well, they were a little hesitant because they're thinking. And so how do we, improve upon that? They're just, you watch the tape and you evaluate the guys. And some guys, they're playing more than probably they're ready to play, but that's the nature of their position. And then there's other guys that maybe are ready for a little bit more, but the depth in front of them, kind of limits them a little bit. So, we just want to get as many guys ready to play as possible, because we know we're going to need depth. We're going to need depth as we go through this season. I mean, we're going to have a quick turnaround next week, and then we get into October and play 9 straight. So, I think the first part of the season, being able to, develop as much experience as possible. It's just like our offensive line. I wanted to get our offensive line in the game early, and I kind of made my mind up that, if we got a little bit of a spread, regardless of when that was, I was going to go with that second group because I wanted them to play some meaningful snaps. I wanted those guys to get in there with that little bit of pressure on them and see how they responded. Man, they did a great job. They really did an excellent job. I think we punch it in or come away with points if we don't have the turnover there. But that's huge for us, and it's huge for those guys to be able to get that type of experience, especially early in the game like that. We were fortunate to be able to do that.
You got clarity on your return guys, or those auditions continuing?
No, we got clarity. I mean, we know Artavis right now is our best option as far as veteran guy that and I think he kind of earned that, Saturday. We in our punt return game, Artavis and Hopper and Ray and Renfro, those are guys that we've really been, kind of mixing in back there. I think Renfro is going to be an excellent returner at some point. Disappointed that he dropped that ball because he don't ever drop the ball. He just had a bad play. Ray, I think, can be as good as maybe we've ever had here. But he's got to make the right decision. So the only way you can kind of get better at that, you got to give guys opportunities. So that was the plan going in, and we'll continue to work those guys in. But we have a very good comfort zone with Artavis. And then same thing, he'll continue to get opportunities on the kick return. We didn't get an opportunity with TJ and CJ. CJ did a great job as our off returner. But wanted to get TJ an opportunity. He didn't get one, but TJ and Artavis right now are kind of option 1 and option 2 there, kind of 1 and 1A and 1 and 1A. So that's where we are. But punt return, I like the guys. It was a very difficult game as far as the types of punts that we were getting. The guy was trying to hold the ball as long as he could and just throw a grenade out there, and it worked one time. I think it just came down and hit Renfro, and that's a difficult thing. So you got to really do a good job of trying to force the punt quick, which we did as the game went. We did a much better job of that, but you have no idea what kind of kick you're going to get, and so we had a couple that we were able to handle, and then the others, we just couldn't field them. It's not worth it. You want to make sure you possess the ball is the biggest thing, and that's the lesson to teach Ray in that regard, because we're going to see that again. We'll probably see some of it this week.
How has Jay Guillermo changed as a person since last one?
Well, he's just having fun. I mean, he just looks happy. He's very confident in what he's doing. He's having fun playing football again. And as far as how he's changed as a person, I think he's always been a good person. I've never had a problem with Jay Guillermo. I just think that, he just kind of lost his way a little for a while there and lost his love for football and just kind of had some issues and distractions off the field that kind of, mounted up on him. I think he's communicating a lot better than maybe he did in the past, but I'm proud of him. I mean, he just is got a great look in his eye and is off to a good start.
Mitch Hyatt being a true freshman at left tackle,
how do you think he performed in his first game for someone in that position?
Played well. He played really, really well. He had a couple of he got beat underneath one time. You know, a little bit of a pressure there, but shoot, he played great. Had some knockdowns, had some good finishes. He maintained several blocks. I mean, had some good double teams. I mean, it'd be hard for a guy to play better in his first college game, you know, at that position. Is there things he can improve on? Absolutely. You know, footwork, you know, hand placement, fundamentals, leverage, just different things. But for the evaluation of where he is right now in his career at this level, was a great start for him.
Go back to first week of fall camp and even the spring. Did he ever show fear mixing it up with Shaq or any of those defensive linemen?
No. Mitch came in ready to play. He doesn't say a whole lot. He's a lot like Deshaun in that regard. You know, Deshaun came in, very similar guys, very focused, and both very confident. Deshaun just kind of went to work. And, you know, all right, let me learn the offense. Okay, let me get out here and get some practice. And, all right, let me go compete. Okay, what reps I get, I'm going to make them count. And he just was never overwhelmed. And I've seen the same thing in Mitch. He came in ready to play, focused. He knows his limitations as far as, you know, he's got to continue to get bigger and stronger. That's just Mother Nature, you know, in time, and nothing you can do about that. He's big and strong for a freshman, but nowhere near what he's going to look like in a couple of years. But his technique, his fundamentals, he's a very sound guy, has a great football foundation, and he just loves it. I mean, he loves it. He's very competitive. He's very prideful in his performance. And, yeah, you show up and you roll out there in your first, you know, college practice. You're blocking, you know, Shaq and Kevin Dodd. You either grow up quick or you find a way to go stand on that sideline. And you know, that's the choice you have to make. And he's lost a lot of his share of battles, spring and fall camp, but he just keeps coming. He just keeps coming, and he's won some too. And I think, you know, just getting better each and every day. When you're going against great players like that, to me, it makes the game easier for you. And that's kind of what I saw with Mitch. The game was slower for him Saturday than what it's been on our practice field. I mean, you show up at our practice, you better have your mind right, because when we go good on good, there's nowhere to hide, especially when you play left tackle and you got Deshaun Watson back there as your quarterback. So I just think that the challenge that he's had on our practice field day in and day out has really helped, you know, escalate his development from January to this first game.
What is his ideal weight by the time he leaves here?
Oh, he'll be 300-plus guy, easy. You know, he's 285, you know, kind of between 285 and 290, but he's a 300-pounder plus, athletic. I mean, he's just a strong kid. He's just a true freshman. I mean, he's just gonna continue to develop physically.